and so on and so forth. Forgive me for.
Is the vehicle for him, or he also has a master that he has to go and
The way Master Seth was shaking me, I think it's on one vehicle. The way Master Seth. Fine.
Does it look like a pension? Something?
No, one of the more kind of maybe like early 40s, young, energetic.
Dinechi.
Yeah.
My God. Dinechi.
So Rufai, thank you.
Rufai and Master Seth. Seth Rufai or Rufai Seth. Welcome to the Friday edition, but sorry about that. And you have to drive safe while you're out there. The roads are slippery. You want to be very, very careful. The kids, I'm always concerned about the children. Protective clothing for them, and also some warm clothing. It's important that you do that for them. Guys, good morning. How are you doing, William?
Good morning.
What's your story too?
I'm just happy I had a good night.
Yeah, you are feeling benzer.
As you can see.
Yeah, as we can see and tell.
So on and so forth.
It's a benzer for me.
It is what?
My God. Anyway, the front pages of the dailies are here. We'll start with them. Daily Graphic says World Bank supports reforms with $900 million first tranche expected in November. Also, Lejukuku unique assertive voter population constituency watch there. Contractors working on the asphalt road at Chiblo. There's a picture taken by Esther Ajoko Ajay, obviously from the Teshi area. UGMC to establish unit for trial of medicines. Police will play role in free elections. IGP assures ECOWAS election team. And what else on the front page? The Ghanaian Times. A literary giant has fallen. President mourns Ama Ata Edu. And Council of State office to be rebuilt at 6 million. Council of State office to be rebuilt at 6 million. It's not a tourist attraction like the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, which costs us what? Three?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. 6 million.
6 million.
What happened to the schools and the trees?
Yeah, what happened to the schools and the trees? Dr. Puni goes to Supreme Court, challenges Court of Appeal verdict. Supreme Court decides child rights suit on street, November 2022. And November 2, Public Accounts Committee cracks wig. Officials of 12 GES officials land in hot water, face prosecution over 1 million Ghana cedis procurement breaches. James Kluchi Aveje, there is the chairman. On the back page, in Quanta gets rice processing factory, tech transfer center, Doma, Hinkro. 13-member committee acts to enforce new buildings code. Helen, what do you have there?
All right, so I got the Inquisitor newspaper as well as the Finder newspaper. I'll start with the Inquisitor. Plot to oust Slay King IGP. I don't know why they've captured it this way. I feel not the best reading that out.
It's on the front page of what?
The Inquisitor. They say plot to oust Slay King IGP.
It's a celebrity IGP though.
Well, how?
He likes the cameras. The IGP himself likes the cameras.
Well, Slay King, is that fair?
I
is
don't
that
know.
Fair?
It's their definition of
an opinion.
It's an opinion.
Okay. Well, they say they're like noses. Everybody has one. So it says plot to oust Slay King IGP. How, why audio was leaked. Also, Buffer Stock CEO speaks. We don't owe any supplier over 2 years arrears. It's captured in pages 2 and 4. Afenyo Marking leads delegation to chiefs in Central Region to resolve land disputes. And Dr. Puni goes to Supreme Court to demand fresh trial. The Finder newspaper. LGBTQ is evil and abominable to our values. National House of Chiefs. Now, they formally made their stance public on what they think.
Kofi Akwalu says the law is useless.
A lot of reaction to the
president.
clip we cut and put on our social media. A lot of you had a lot to say.
I was wondering, because if the whole parliament, where if you become president, you would literally administer the nation from, say they agree with everybody, they say so, they're always bogus.
That's his opinion.
Yeah, it's his opinion.
He said it's like a news, right?
Yeah.
Everybody got one.
The electors will decide at the end of the day.
Dr. Ankara hints of clear vision to transform Ghana. Bagbin sets up 7-member committee to probe leaked IGP tape. Ghana will forever be grateful to Professor Edu for her tremendous contributions to Ghana. IJM police falsely branding kids as trafficking victim. BBC Africa Eye.
Republic Press serving the Republic. National nuisance. Migrant beggars resurface a year after repatriation. There will be possible chaos if anti-LGBT bill isn't passed. Chief warns. 422 persons arrested for operating digital loan applications without license. Kennedy Japan goes hard on MPP again. We will resist any attempt to privatize toll. That's according to the minority to government. And on the front page of the Daily Guide, Apex Court decides street kids fit in November. We now legal under license. Cop found dead with bullet wounds. And his name is Sergeant Titus Avoka Azanzi Yandi. Chinese Galamsey suspect attempts suicide in prison. On the back page of the Daily Guide, Chipsa petitions Menshia over Kotoko job. Ali reveals addiction and child sex abuse. FIFA bans Ronaldo's Al Nassr and Ghana set for international relay. On the back page of the Daily Guide.
Okay, so the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park costs us 3.5 million to renovate, and you have to pay 25 Ghana cedis if you are an adult, 100 Ghana cedis there as well. I see 5 Ghana cedis and 1 Ghana cedis charge and all of that. But page 13 says the Council of State office to be rebuilt at 6 million. The frontage and some aspects of the Council of State building near the Parliament House in Accra to be pulled down and rebuilt at an estimated cost of 6 million Ghana cedis. This is because the building completed in 2016 at a cost of 4.6 million is said to have been constructed out of plan and unfit for purpose due to challenges including insufficient space in the meeting room. The acting executive secretary of the council, Stephen Blaine, told the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament in Accra on Wednesday that the communication system in the room deprived them of privacy during meetings, while the facility also lacked a sewage system and private places of convenience. This was built in 2016 and at a cost of 4.6 million. It was passed and okayed. In 2023, we say that it has to be rebuilt, the frontage and some aspects, at 6 million. This is not a tourist site. It will not bring us money. In fact, if they sit in that meeting room with all the privacy they are looking for and all the place of convenience or whatever excuse we're being given, they can decide to take a decision and give the president of the day an advice that he can decide that I won't take. So we're going to spend 6 million to put together. We have not added the cost of how much we pay members of Council of State, month on month, the allowances for meeting at least twice in a year or so, right? And then, I don't know. Do we have our priorities right? Do we actually really have because if you're a country that's broke, you don't have it. You're looking at aesthetics. It's serious. 6 million. Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. Today, somebody will visit the place. They will make money. The Council of State building is not a tourist site. So if we invest the 6 million there, what are we getting back for the 6 million? Because the Council of State can advise the president and he can decide not to take it. Because some of the decisions that have been taken by the president, not just this president, John Mahama, Rawlings, everybody, sometimes you ask yourself whether we have a Council of State or not. Because some of the decisions, it just doesn't add up. 6 million.
I think this would be a good exercise in also demonstrating maybe burden sharing, maybe seeing if they can do whatever renovations at a cheaper cost, or maybe forego it, or channel it elsewhere. Again, based on priorities.
6 million.
So 2019, there was conversation about the new Parliament building.
That's right, the new chamber.
And then the way the resistance was, they
drop that chamber.
Drop that chamber. So this one, drop that council.
Drop that council building. Drop it.
So
drop it.
6 million.
Kasa Inframa, they've said it, but obviously the situation on the ground, they dare not build it. It's a clear indication that they can't build it.
You see,
it's okay if you think that you need one. It's okay.
That's fair.
It's okay if you estimate to say you need 6 million. It's okay. But where we are today in Ghana, I do not think that they will cut the sword, break the ground, and start construction.
Let me shock you. So the feeding grants to the 28 special schools in the country have not been paid. First term, second term, third term.
The special schools.
Special schools are school for the blind, school for the deaf, school for this, school for that. So the list of schools: WA school for the deaf, Wa School for the Blind, St. John Bosco Special School, Beogo School for the Deaf. So it is school for the deaf, school for the blind, school for the deaf. So all over the country, Jowlu Special School, all those schools, they are feeding grant. Oh. I'm not talking about entertainment grant. Feeding grants. First term, second term, third term, since January began. Nothing has been paid. We are thinking of money to reconstruct frontage of Council of State. You see how wise we are. We are very, very wise people.
You started your statement with a line that said, "Let me shock you."
Yes.
For the records, I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
Why are you not shocked?
But why should I be shocked? I mean, over the last couple of months, the debts that the government has to pay to all manner of institutions. I mean, why should
buffer stock, food supplies?
I mean, if we start to list, list one by one
the bodies that Council of State building, they can talk about it. They can bring the estimates, but it won't happen.
You should not attempt to do it.
We should pack it. When they start, we'll go drop the chamber way. And then these debts that, I mean, the government owes these schools in terms of grants. Yeah. So we all know that the government does not have money. The president has said that we are in a crisis. So this one is not shocking.
But you see, these are special schools.
Yes.
So these are people who cannot really work.
Yes.
Social protection.
Yes. And it's showing everywhere.
Children who are
country.
Blind, children who are deaf.
But if this government can decide that they will cut the hair of everybody, and when the oldies decide that, look, we are not going to allow you to touch our monies, they agree to pay them, and then they default. So if they are doing it to the agent,
is anybody spared? It is anybody spared?
Yes.
Because the able-bodied school children cannot eat. Less able-bodied school children cannot eat. Pensioners under haircuts, so labor union, health providers. So who is spared?
The top word is crisis. We are in a crisis. So that's what it is.
Yeah, but unfortunately, are we behaving as such?
No, I don't think we are, because
even a mere conversation about having an estimate to rebuild or build for 6 million, I think they should keep those kind of plans even
it should
private.
not have even made the news in the first place. You should not have even coughed about it
at all.
Because you see, if you are a Council of State and you're supposed to be advising the president, I mean, I don't know what the Council of State has advised the president about regarding cutting down the size of government. I don't know what the advice has been. I don't know what the advice has been about some of the conduct of the ministers talking down at people that the government owe. I don't know what the advice they have given the president.
So, Johnny, the first tranche of the IMF money that came was about 600 million.
600 million, yeah.
600 million. So this Council of State building will take almost all that money if we should go ahead and build. Are you aware? If the dollar is at 12 cedis maximum, let's estimate.
Yeah.
And it's 6 million. That's $500,000. You see how we think.
Seriously.
If we say we are going to build that facility, that is not going to generate any money.
It's not going to generate
short term, mid term, long term. We are going to use the first tranche of the IMF money to build that. And what do we get from it? Nothing. In this era of this, that, must they meet in a brick and mortar space to do all that they do? And how brisk is their business that every day they have to meet in? I mean, they can meet once a while in some space and take the decisions, So if we say that we are going to, democracy is expensive. We all know that. Council of State is a very major, aspect of our democracy in terms of the what they are supposed to do, advising the government, the president and all that. So we need a building for them. But I'm saying that at this stage, this time, at this juncture,
wrong.
It is not something that we can even table for execution. I mean, for discussion, why not? But for execution, no, it's not going to happen.
For me, I'm still thinking about how we prioritize things in this country. And each morning when I wake up, I think about it. Because in our private lives, if you are used to, say, a certain lifestyle because you get certain amounts of money and that stream is blocked, you readjust and you change your life to suit what you now have and what you're able to save and all of that. I don't think we behave as if we behave in that manner. We still behave like a first world country that has the benefit of everything. Yeah, we are cool. Everything is okay.
As we speak,
we still do that.
If you go to Switzerland, there's a place where you enter the business. They've written on the wall, "Home of chocolate."
Okay.
Well, they don't grow even a single bean of cocoa there.
Not at
and
all.
when you read the inscriptions on the wall, Ghana's name will pop up. Definitely, because the beans are here. That's why I'm saying that we should be concentrating on what is bringing us, short-term, medium-term, and long-term returns. Then when we have done that, we can go and then begin to do some of these nice things. Because fundamentally, the country is still on the ground.
Fundamentally.
We haven't done much at all. I mean, Accra roads are bad. The whole country roads are still bad. So we can't go and invest in a certain building.
Frontage,
even
is the frontage and
even the existence of the Council of State is under discussion. The relevance. Every day I think last week it wasn't even.
It was in the news.
Yes. We are even discussing your own your relevance.
Whether we should keep you or we should let you go.
To ask for money to build an edifice for you. So the discussion, will go on, but the execution will not happen.
Do not try it.
Oh, they'll drop the chamber.
Drop the frontage.
No, not this time. This is look. The signs are clear that it won't happen.
Charlie, it's not good.
It's not going to happen. Just last week, I think one of them responded. I don't remember the name of the member who responded to those who were calling for, the scrapping or whatever of the Council of State. Because sometimes we think that, I don't know if they have a communication unit, but we once in a while we hear of them, and we hardly hear of them because they have a lot of responsibilities in the constitution. So to scrap them is not going to be as easy as we are saying. But we are saying that they should be concerned about what is happening to the children of Ghana. Because in that chamber, I don't think the youngest person there will be 30.
No.
I don't think.
No.
Those who are voted for.
Yes. And you know, in our society, we have a certain concept that those who can advise must be of a certain age. You should have matured. You should have gone through the mill. You should have, But then also borrowed from a traditional setting is where you have a chief or a king, and the king is installed to meet the elders. The elders are already there. Family A will give us this, other family B. Our traditional setup and structure is so beautiful that we know who are the guards. We know who are the praise singers. We know who are the armor bearers. We know who are, so it's division of labor is all done. In our case, the president is elected and the president handpicks people to say, you come and advise me. If I am elected president and I say, Helen, come and advise me, and I'm doing something that's wrong, can you tell me that what I'm doing is nya? You cannot tell me.
But there are others who are also voted for.
There are those who are voted for, but what is their weight?
Well, that's what the weight.
Because you see, I'm asking this because, for example, we know and sometimes we pretend that we don't. Those who have been, for example, as what do you call it? Former CJ, former CDS, former IGP. Go back and check the membership on the Council of State. There are people who are perceived to be belonging to the political party that is in power, political party of the day, not just this government. Under Jerry Rawlings, who was in his Council of State, under President Kufuor, who was in his Council of State, under President Mahama, who was in his Council of State, President Milsim, President Kufuor, who is in the Council of State. Let's go back to when they were, under which regime were they IGP, under which regime were they CDS. Some of them even are too old. Somebody has just left the role of IGP, and he will not be considered for it because he is not connected to whatever. We pretend that it is not a reality, and that's why the tape of the COP is something that must be paid attention to. It's serious. It's a serious matter. Our priorities in this country.
If they go ahead to establish or do the work, it will be resisted. That's a fact. It's a given. There's too much noise in the country for some of these things to come out. Just this morning we are hearing that Sierra Leone is voted the most peaceful country in West Africa. Sierra Leone has been able to cure its ills.
Yes.
And come to the top.
From civil
Ghana,
war.
we are dropping and dropping.
Press freedom index, we are dropping. Civil peace, we are dropping. Economic ratings, we are dropping.
Happiness rating,
we are dropping. And this is supposed to be the gateway, the black star.
Yes,
the black star of
shining
Africa.
Star of Africa.
Nkrumah's own Ghana. So yesterday I asked the question, how did Nkrumah do it? How did he do it that now we cannot do it?
The blueprint.
Because we have the benefit of technology. We have the benefit of if you look at Nkrumah's government and you look at the number of people who had gone to school, PhD, gone to Harvard, Yale, whatever it is, you can count them.
Do you know how?
Kroboduse, the famous Kroboduse, what was his level of education?
But it's not classroom education.
Yes, but go back and check the quality of governance then.
The leadership
and
that they
now,
offered.
you have all the PhDs, all the professors, all the master's degree. Still, we are thinking of frontage.
2nd July 2019. Do you know how the BBC Pidgin reported on Ghana's supposed parliament? Plans to build new 450-seater parliament chamber. The bore Ghanaians chaka.
Favor Nunu. We have to go. The thing they bought chaka.
The bore Ghanaians chaka. So this one, the Council of State. If they start, I don't know how the BBC will take it.
They bought Basa. Basa. So, you later.
There's no so about it.
They should not try it.
I mean, not that they should or they should.